everybody. Sonic's 25th anniversary was a few days ago. So, to celebrate it, I have put together a Sonic the Hedgehog timeline. I have just completed it, so far. I am doing this on the PicCollage app, and I will explain why everything's in that position. Alright, so, everyone ready? Alright, let's do this. But I've only included the spin-offs I know of and know where they take place. I do know where a few take place, but since I don't really know the story that much, I have not included them. Okay? So, we are starting now. So it starts off with Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm not including the Game Gear titles, because I do know where all those take place. I just didn't feel like doing it. Sonic the Hedgehog is the first one. Then Sonic CD. Why? Because only Sonic is in that game, not Tails. So I'm pretty sure that Sonic CD takes place before Sonic 2. Alright, so, and then Sonic 3 and Knuckles happens. Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, whichever one you want to refer it to, refer to it as. But yeah, I'm talking about Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I just couldn't find an image for the title screen, so I have this. The reason it takes place here, I think is explainable enough. Like, it's Sonic 3 and then Sonic and Knuckles happen. Alright, then Sonic 3D Blast happens. I don't really have a reasoning for that right now. I just think it takes place. Hang on, sorry, I messed up. Sorry. After Sonic and Knuckles is Sonic Generations. For now. Sorry, not for now, because we don't play through that game as classic Sonic. What I'm thinking is that Sonic went through this era, then Sonic went through the games I just pointed out, then he went through Sonic 3D Blast, not Sonic Generations, and then all this stuff, and then when he did it as a modern person, that's when back here it got all messed up. So, yeah. But I think Sonic Generations happens here because Sonic 3D Blast does not have a stage in that game. And I think in the classic era, all the games, it's confusing. This is a confusing timeline, but it makes a lot of sense. So, even though Sonic 3D Blast should be it, it's confusing, okay? It's confusing with this, because time travel is very confusing. If you mess it up wrong, you can mess it up, but I think y'all know what I'm saying. So yeah. Sonic Adventure happens, which, again, I think is pretty self-explainable. Yeah. And then Sonic Adventure 2 Battle happens. Or Sonic Adventure 2, but I like to refer to it as Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Alright, but then Sonic Unleashed happens. Now, what's my reasoning for this? Y'all might be wondering and asking. Well, Shadow does not appear in that game. So, I think it takes place before Sonic Heroes, which takes place before it was discovered that Shadow is still alive. So, that's why I think Sonic Unleashed takes place right here. Alright, so, then Sonic Heroes. Yeah. Sonic Heroes happens next. Again, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Shadow the Hedgehog. Again, a lot of the stuff you can understand why I put it here. But yeah, for some stuff I do need to explain. Shadow the Hedgehog is a direct sequel to Sonic Heroes. But yeah. Then Sonic, the worst game ever, happens. But I do not think the timeline was discontinued. I just think the game was erased from the timeline, but, it still happened. It was just erased from the timeline. Alright, then after that, I think Sonic Rush Rush happens right before Sonic Rivals. But yeah, I didn't put Sonic Rush Adventure on here because honestly, I don't know anything about that game. I do know that Sonic Rush. I do know about Sonic Rush though. So yeah, I think it takes place. I think it takes place here. I mean, in Sonic the Hedgehog, they make no mention. Sonic makes no mention of Blaze. So I think it happens. So I think Sonic Rush happens after Sonic the Hedgehog. So yeah. Yeah, and then Sonic Rivals happens. If you've never played that game, I don't blame you. I just know that it must happen before Sonic Generations because this is where Silver was reintroduced. So yeah. That's what I think. And so yeah, it must take place before Sonic Generations. Yeah. And since Eggman, spoiler alert for Sonic Rivals. So skip to, I don't know, like a minute. I don't know. In Eggman Nega is the villain in Sonic Rivals, who is the villain in Sonic Rush, and he comes back in time to turn the world into a card because of how many defeats he's had. He's made ungrateful of Eggman, so I think it happened. Sonic Rivals must happen after Sonic Rush, or maybe it happens the other way around, but I don't think that's what happens. Then Sonic Colors happens, which again I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Then Sonic Generations happens for everywhere. Like Sonic Generations here hasn't happened yet. Well, only now has it happened. Yeah, Sonic 3D Blast isn't there because it happens after, but time travel is confusing. Like, it happens after Sonic Generations, but it also happens before Sonic Generations. It's really confusing. But yeah, the reason I put Sonic 3D Blast after Generations is because we don't see a 3D Blast stage in Generations. So I just assume it hasn't happened yet. Anything that isn't, all the stages that aren't in Sonic Generations, I don't think have happened yet, unless it's made really clear that they have happened. Hang on. Yeah. Just need to do that. Sorry. Alright, then after Sonic Generations, you can put this in any order you want. Sonic Rivals 2 after Sonic Generations, and then, or Sonic Lost World after Sonic Generations. But I'm pretty sure Lost World takes place after. Mostly because in that game, we mostly just see Sonic and Tails. And in Lost World, it looks like they've been chasing Eggman for a while, but that's just my opinion. So, yeah, and the reason it takes place after Generations, in my opinion, is we don't see a stage from Lost World, because it wasn't made yet, but still, I think y'all know what I'm talking about. And then Sonic Rivals 2 happens. And why do I think it happens at the end of the timeline so far? Well, I don't think it's the end of the timeline quite yet, actually. I actually think that the Sonic Riders series happens after that because everything's so futuristic in that game. But I'm really conflicted that it might happen after Unleashed because of stuff. I think I will make an updated video on this, but yeah, the reason I think Sonic Rivals 2 happens after is the end of the timeline for what I've got right now, is because Sonic says how he hasn't seen Knuckles and Rouge in a while, or Silver in a while, and I'm pretty sure Sonic Lost World has happened a while after Generations. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. But yeah, that's the end of my timeline so far. That's the end of my timeline so far. So tell me in the comment section down below, do you agree with this timeline? And if you don't, tell me your timeline. And I will make an updated video, and I will make an updated video at some point. Because there are some games I didn't add. There are some games that I just forgot to add. So I'll go into a much better and deeper timeline at a different date if y'all want me to. I probably will, no matter what. But yeah, please leave a like and subscribe. Bye.